This is what it looks like. What we have, this is what it looks like. As you can see, this is what the front part looks like. So now, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, today we are making this beautiful camp collar shirt. Yes, now the beautiful thing about this shirt is that we're not just making a camp collar shirt, but I'm going to show you how to use different fabrics to achieve this. We use jonkoso and vintage. Okay, for our tutorial, we are using these two fabric. This is a jonkoso fabric, that's a plain, and this is our vintage. So these are the two fabrics we're going to be using for this tutorial. But first of all, I'm going to cut on a pattern paper. Yes, especially the front. I'm going to cut the front on the pattern paper so that we can twist it. We can twist it and do whatever we want to do on it. So let's go. I said earlier we'll be cutting on our pattern paper first. Now, this is our pattern paper. Yes. You know that if you are to be cutting directly on your fabric, you're supposed to fold this. This is supposed to be on fold. Yes. Supposed to be on fold. And because we are cutting the the front part first. Because we're cutting the front part first, then we start from this open side. We start from this open side. But because we are cutting on pattern paper and I don't want to waste this pattern paper, I'm going to open it up. So what it means is that I'm just going to open it up. But please, like I said, if you're cutting directly on your fabric, it should be on fold. So the next thing is to pin our pattern paper down, just like I'm doing. We are going to rule a straight line here. This will be our starting line. This is our starting line. So this is our starting line. So the next thing we are going to do now, for this shirt, we're making use of chest 44. Our full length is 32, and our shoulder is um 10, that's 20. Our armhole is 11, that's so. First of all, we're going to come to this side. No, that's the button. We're going to get mark. Okay, first of all, we're going to go in by 4 inches for our button allowance. Okay, but before then, let's mark our full length so that we'll know where the 4-inch button allowance is going to stop. This is our 32. I'll add 1.5 inches. Yes, you can still add 1 inch, which is here. Then I'll roll it out. So this is our full length already marked out. So from this side, now we're going to mark 4 inches till we get to the full length. Till we get to the full length, we'll mark our 4 inches. 4 inches. The line. So this is our 4 inches. Okay. So after that, the next thing we are going to do, getting our 4 inches to the full length. The next thing we are going to do now is to get our neck line. Yes. And for our neckline, our round neck is 17. We're going to use for the neck width, we're using 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches. And for the neck depth, we're using 3 inches. So we're going to connect it like this. So we use our curve ruler, then we'll connect it. Now look at something. Everything we did started from here. The neck wideness and the neck depth, everything started from here. We did not start from this 4 inches allowance we took. It started from here. Now after this now, the next thing we are going to do now, you see these 3 inches we came down with. We're going to take it, we'll mark 3 inches. This is our neck depth. Mark 3 inches. Mark 3 inches. Then we rule a straight line. Okay. Now this straight line is where we are going to get our um shoulder. That's our back. This is where we're going to get our shoulder. So we do our shoulder is 10, 20. When we divide by 2 is 10, which is here. We mark it here. We're going to add half an inch for sewing. That's for joining. We add it here. So we ended up having 11 and 10 and a half. So which is here. We also extend this line to get to this lace. Now this is where we are going to get our shoulder slope. We're going to connect from this neckline to this shoulder, this place. So we'll do it this way. So this is it. Now the next thing we're going to get is our armhole. So from this place now, not here, from this place, we're going to get our armhole. So from here, remember I said our armhole is 11. But because this is the front part, we're not going to mark, this is where our 11 is. We're going to subtract 3 from the 11. That will give us, when we go up by 3 inches, which is here, so that will give us 8. We mark it 8. Then we bring this line and connect it to it, which is this way. So this is our armhole line. Now on this armhole line, this is where we're going to get our chest. Yes, this is where we're going to get our chest. So remember our chest is 11, that's 22. We mark, which is here. We're going to add 1.5 inches for sewing, which is here. So we extend this line this way. Like I said, this is our armhole. This is our chest. We got our chest plus 1.5 inches. Then we'll come here, we'll divide the armhole into 2 to get our armhole curve, which is 4 here. We come in by half an inch, this place. Then we're going to connect to get our armhole curve. So we'll connect like this. Then from here, we use our curve ruler. So this is it. Let me shade it so that you guys can see it very well. So this is it. Now the next thing we are going to do is to get our the same measurements we have here. We're going to input it on this our full length area, but If you're making this, like I always said in my shirt, on the waistline, you can go in by half an inch to give it that shape for a shirt. So for I normally do this from the full length. I normally come down by 18 inches, which is by 19 inches, which is somewhere here. Now, like I said, this is if the person doesn't have big tummy, okay? But if the person's tummy is bigger than the chest, then you know that you're going to use the tummy for to get the measurements, okay? So we'll come here. Okay, so from what I just explained, so what we are going to do is this. We'll come to this place. What do we have here? We have 12 3/4. Then we'll come to this full length area. We put in our 12 3/4 here. Please remember all the measurements I'm taking, they start from here, not here. Everything started from here. So now, like I told you, I'm going to take out half an inch. I see here we have 12 3/4. I'll just come to this place. I'll mark 12 and a half. Yes. Now I'm going to connect because why I did that, I want it to have that shape. The stomach is not bigger than the chest. So I'm going to come to this place. So we're going to connect. We connect from here to this place like this. And from this place, we'll connect to the full length. Then I connect the line like this. Now we are done. We are done with this front part. We're done with this front part. If I want it to have curve, I'll just come this side and put it. People remember how if you have watched my shirts class, you'll see how I did that, how I achieved that. But because because this is what we're making. Watch out, this is what we're making. You see it now that it has something else added to it here, which is the combination of these two. So I'll come to this full length. I'll come to this full length. Is 32, which is here. Our full length is 32, which is here. Minus the allowance. So this is where our full length is. We're going to extend this. This is where our full length is. Now I'm going to come up by 3 inches.
Okay, from that full length, you're supposed to take out 3 inches. Okay, so that 3 inches now is supposed to be the one we are going to attach from the other fabric. But because we are supposed to add sewing allowance, that means we are going to end up taking out 2.5 inches. Okay, now whatever you're going to take out here depends on what you're going to attach to your main shirt. Don't know if you understand me. So here now we're going to take out 2.5 inches. Okay, so after marking our 2.5 inches, we connect the lines. Okay, so that is our new full length. So you do the same thing on your own fabric or pattern paper depending on where you're marking yours. Okay.
This is what we have. 28 and a half. Now this 28 and a half, when I add it 3 inches for the other one, I'm also going to add half an inch away and join down. When I add it, it will give me my 32 inches that I want the length, full length to be. So it depends on. So let's cut. If you watch, I'm not cutting here. I'm not cutting from here. I'm cutting this way. then connect this way across this our shoulder slope. So this is now for this neck area. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I normally cut mine. I'll just come folding what I've done. I'll fold in the 4 inches. I'll fold it in. So you can see, then I'll cut out the neckline. This is how I normally cut mine. But when you open it, this is what it looks like. What we have, this is what it looks like. As you can see, this is what the front part looks like. So now the next thing we are going to do now, we're going to place our fabric so that we cut the back. Now for the back, I'm going to cut it directly on the fabric. Yes, I'm not going to cut it on a pattern paper. I'll cut it directly on the fabric. So guys, just